Good Monday evening, September 30th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. 4 people were injured Sunday in a 6-car collision on State Route 17 caused by a massive dust storm. Grant County PUD commissioners showed initial support for a new rate strategy policy during a meeting last Tuesday. Warmer and breezy tomorrow and Wednesday with much warmer temperatures by the end of the week. Your local weather forecast is straight ahead. East Wenatchee police say they've caught up with a suspect in a September 4th shooting in the Wenatchee Valley Mall parking lot. 36-year-old Victor John Stevenson was arrested Thursday on suspicion of driving on drive-by shooting, first-degree assault, and related charges. The gunfire took place just before 9 a.m. in the parking lot of Sportsman's Warehouse on the north end of the mall when the driver of a Dodge Ram pickup fired a shot at the driver of a Ford Expedition. The bullet struck the door of the Expedition and no one was injured. Both vehicles fled the scene, but police say they were able to connect the pickup to Stevenson, who's a convicted felon. He was arrested last week by the Department of Corrections for allegedly carrying an ounce of methamphetamine in a different vehicle. He remains held at the Chelan County Jail. 4 people were injured Sunday in a 6-car collision on State Route 17 caused by a heavy dust storm. The Washington State Patrol says that at roughly 11:20 a.m., 5 vehicles were traveling northbound during limited visibility. The 2021 Subaru traveling in front slowed for a stopped vehicle and was struck by a 1997 GMC Sierra. 2 more vehicles crashed into that pickup, and then a 2024 Chevy Traverse swerved over the center line and struck a southbound 2017 Nissan Rogue. The 10 individuals involved ranged in age from 1 month to 60 years old. 4 of them were injured and transported to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake. Searchers in 2 counties are on the lookout for a missing Redmond man who's thought to be lost in the Clockham Wilderness area. 88-year-old William Martin, also called Charlie Martin, is the subject of a statewide silver alert. The Washington State Patrol says Mr. Martin has dementia and left home without his family knowledge last Tuesday. His vehicle was found Thursday in the Clockham area northeast of Ellensburg. The Clockham extends into the south area of Chelan County, and trained search teams from Chelan, Pierce, Yakima, Snohomish, and King counties, along with the Wenatchee Valley Fire, scouted the area over the weekend with drones, dogs, and off-road vehicles. Searchers have asked everyone to be on the lookout, including hunters whose motion-sensitive cameras might have picked up signs of the missing man. Please call Rivercom in Chelan County or Kitcom in Kittitas County if you have any information. Chelan County commissioners began a workshop today to plan a new ordinance barring homeless encampments on county property. A new Supreme Court decision allows local governments to remove unsheltered people from public property if their laws allow it. Chelan County's proposed ordinance would allow sheriff's deputies to trespass those who camp on county property without permission. They could then appeal the order to a hearing examiner. Violating a trespass order would be a misdemeanor. The language is still under review, and commissioners plan a follow-up hearing in October. When we come back, a minor accident this morning left a compact van sitting cockeyed on the entrance to Highway 2 outside Cashmere. Celerity Credit Union is kicking off a 2-week celebration today with the grand opening of its new Mission Street location. And Greater Good Charities is collaborating with Team Okanagan Animal Rescue to offer a free spay and neuter clinic at the Okanagan County Fairgrounds. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Jim Heinlein, and I've been working with you all for about 20 years now. And it's safe to say I've seen most every situation as it relates to annual election period. This AEP is going to be like a tsunami. It's not tall, but it's huge in effect. And when the water retreats, you're going to see the damage to those who didn't react properly. So what is a proper reaction? Well, call a local insurance professional like Springwater Insurance. We have already developed a strategy for those of you who need a change. Give us a call at 509-888-2600.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Mike Steele, and I've been honored to serve you as our state representative for District 12 for the last 8 years. With experience in several leadership roles in civic organizations, as well as being a lifelong resident, I've championed projects that have made a difference in our community. I plan to continue the progress we've made together.
Re-elect Mike Steele, your voice in Olympia. Together we can achieve more. Visit votemikesteele.com. Paid for by the citizens to elect Mike Steele.
A minor accident this morning left a compact van sitting cockeyed on the entrance to Highway 2 outside Cashmere. The Washington State Patrol says the driver was entering the highway at Kotlitz Avenue about 8 a.m. and apparently oversteered to the right. Two of the van's tires mounted the shoulder barrier and the van came to a stop, half on and half off the highway. No one was injured and the cause wasn't immediately known. Trooper Jeremy Weber says the driver was, quote, probably more embarrassed than anything else. Grant County PUD commissioners showed initial support for a new rate strategy policy during a meeting last Tuesday. The proposed rate strategy would label residential, agricultural, and small business customers as core customers and place them first in line to receive power generated by the Priest Rapids and Wanapum dams. Other changes proposed in the new strategy include assessing utility rates every 2 years, allocating surplus power from the dams to non-core customers, and implementing rate changes in small increments. Commissioners are expected to take formal action on the proposed strategy by the end of this year. Celerity Credit Union is kicking off a 2-week celebration today with the opening of its new Mission Street location. The Yakima-based not-for-profit financial institution offers financial products and services based on a membership system. Today through October 11th, Wenatchee residents are invited to Celerity to speak with branch staff and learn about Celerity's operations. Attendees will also have the opportunity to enter drawings for gift cards from local merchants such as Atlas Fair and Firehouse Pet Shop, as well as the chance to win the grand prize as a 7-night Alaskan cruise. Greater Good Charities is collaborating with Team Okanagan Animal Rescue to offer a free spay and neuter clinic at the Okanagan County Fairgrounds. The Good Fix Clinic will be held from October 14th through the 17th and offer free spay and neuter services for dogs and cats, along with vaccinations and microchips. Registration and drop-off will begin at 7:30 a.m. and close at 10 a.m. each day or when the clinic's capacity is filled. Team Okanagan Animal Rescue founder and board president Jill Service said that the previous clinic in May reached capacity quickly each day, so pet owners are encouraged to arrive early. Coming up next, Blue Forest, a nonprofit bond initiative, has partnered with the county and forest management agencies to provide upfront financing for forest health projects. We'll have more on that in tonight's feature story. Wind and warmer temperatures are in the forecast the next couple of days. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Thank you for trusting Abby's legendary pizza for 60 years. Your hard-earned money supports hundreds of youth working at our parlors, dozens and dozens of nonprofits and school teams throughout the area. At Abby's, doing good in the neighborhood has never tasted so delicious. Can you smell it? It's not arugula and pear. It's bacon, and cheddar. Yep, everybody's favorite pizza is back on sale this month at Abby's, loaded with 2 kinds of bacon and real cheddar cheese. Enjoy Abby's September special at a very special price.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience.
For the most unique wine tasting experience in the Chelan Valley, visit One Wines. Popular for being the smallest and most intimate facility in the valley, it features 1 red, 1 white, and 1 rosé. Complex wines, simple elegance.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
We in Northeast Washington are proud of our small town heritage, but Olympia's one-size-fits-all policies have made life here more difficult. I'm former Mayor Suing Moody, and for the past 13 years, I fought for the needs of the people of Twisp in the face of disaster. Now, I'm looking to bring my record of strong leadership to Olympia as your state representative, to preserve the way of life our families have enjoyed here for generations. I'm Suing Moody, and I'm asking for your vote, because we shouldn't have to give up anything to live here, and we won't.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Forest health has become the watchword for Chelan County, aiming to keep wildlands vital and more resistant to massive wildfires. But paying for it isn't always easy. Tree thinning and prescribed fire are often paid for through federal grants, but those funding cycles don't always keep up with the seasonal needs. Blue Forest, a nonprofit bond initiative, has partnered with the county and forest management agencies to provide upfront financing for forest health projects. It's the first bond program of its kind in Washington. In tonight's featured story, organizers gathered for an event celebrating the new agreement on September 5th at Mountain Springs Lodge in Plain.
We raise the money in advance from investors, and our investors are not your typical investors for the Forest Resilience Bond. It's almost entirely foundations that are aligned from an impact standpoint and actually want to put cheaper money out there. So the cost of the capital is much lower than if we had to go to a pension plan or insurance company or somebody else like that. The goal here is not maximizing returns, it's actually maximizing the impact on the ground.
We were intrigued. You know, we saw some of the work that Blue Forest had done in California, and it was with a water agency down there. And I did not understand initially, I was like, why would a water agency want to do this kind of work? Of course, it's to protect their water supply, protect water quality. And then when you look at this area up here, we have water supply and water quality values, but we also have transmission lines, infrastructure, distribution lines, and we realize that our landscape up here is pretty complex. And so we thought this would be a great place to try to get all of that work done within 5 years.
So what we're funding and financing in this project now is ecological restoration. So thinning the forest back to a natural density, supporting some of the species that have been pushed out, getting invasive species out, and then also putting fire on the ground and reinvigorating that natural fire cycle. The funding for these projects is the money that's coming from the Forest Service, Washington State DNR, Chelan County, the PUD, other groups like that. Those are often long-term commitments, and sometimes they have long reimbursement periods associated with them. What we do with investor capital is bring in financing that allows us to pull all those commitments forward and do this work faster and actually pay local contractors.
And we thought initially, which has turned out to be true, that all of those parties might be interested in participating in that for their own interest. So like for the PUD, we thought they'd be interested in protecting their transmission lines. Turns out they are, right? So they're making a significant investment there. The county's interested in jobs. We're going to create 40 to 50 jobs as part of this project. The county's putting economic development money into it. So those things are really the catalysts to then leverage state money and federal money, because when those guys see that we're putting in local money, it makes it that much easier to ask for state and federal money.
What we're doing in a big part of that bond is actually just fronting the money and saying, we know the county's good for it. We know the Forest Service is good for it. We know the state is good for it. Here's the money to pay your contractors now. And when that reimbursement comes in a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, that money then comes back and repays or reimburses those investors based on the cost. The other thing we do at Blue Forest is try to drive new funding. So work with beneficiaries, groups that have dollars to put into the projects, but we need to make a case to them and say, hey, the science says you'll see more water, you'll see less smoke, you'll see more jobs, whatever it is that you care about at the water agency or the county or at a corporate, something like that. And that actually allows us to bring new funding to the projects as well, and all of that will make its way to the county, like Chelan County, that's managing this project on the ground.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Weather not too bad throughout the weekend, except that dust storm yesterday, and I was driving right through it on I-90. Some of the worst conditions I can remember driving through dust like that. Boy, visibility down to about literally 50 feet in front of us on I-90, and that was about 2 or 3 in the afternoon yesterday. And boy, a much better scenario today. You can see the grass just blowing around a little bit today. We'll call it a light breeze with lots of blue sky out there. Our temperatures, though, were cool today. In fact, cooler than normal. Our unofficial high temperature today at 65. 70 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record high, 85, and that was set back in 1970. We started off on the cool side, 44 degrees in Wenatchee this morning. Many of you in our viewing area had temperatures in the 30s this morning, and get ready for another night like that. 48 is our normal low, and 34 is our record low set in 1985. Sunrise 6:59, and it sets tonight at 6:41. Getting you into those Tuesday temperatures, nice warm up as we get you into Tuesday. Unfortunately, and I'll show you in a second, it's going to be windy out there tomorrow. 72 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 73 in Quincy. We will be the warm spot tomorrow in Wenatchee at 75 degrees, and then cools off as we move north. Omak only 70 tomorrow, while Leavenworth will see a high temperature of 73 degrees. The reason why we are seeing an area of low pressure that will slide across the northern part of Washington, that will happen overnight. Might have some high clouds overnight tonight, but with those clearing skies, chilly. Low temperatures, as I mentioned, mid-40s. And then for our first day of October, there is that wind. As we see high pressure and low pressure, that kicks up those winds. Highs tomorrow, though, will warm up. We'll see temperatures generally in the mid-70s here in the Wenatchee Valley. For Wednesday, still a little of that breeze right here in north central Washington. We will see mostly sunny skies. It will cool down a bit with this pretty strong northwesterly flow. Highs on Wednesday in the mid to upper 60s. And then, boy, a high-pressure ridge really takes over as we get into Thursday. High pressure all the way up into Saskatchewan-Alberta border. We'll see highs on Thursday near 70 with mostly sunny skies, so that'll be about normal for this time of year. Football Friday, partly cloudy skies. We could see a little bit of everything on Friday. Breezy conditions, maybe some rain showers late in the day. It will be warmer, but as I mentioned, a lot of everything on Friday. High temperatures in the mid-70s, and this is where we really get nice. Sunny skies on Saturday and warmer. Can you believe that? We're going to be pushing 80 degrees for a high temperature on Saturday afternoon. It should be a beauty. And then on Sunday, nothing but clear skies up and down the west coast, sunny and warm with our high temperatures in those mid-70s. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, 44 overnight tonight, mostly sunny and a couple of breezy days Tuesday and Wednesday. Warming Tuesday, cooling back to 67 on Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunny, about normal, and 69. Maybe some afternoon showers and wind on Friday, high temperature of 74. And then look at that weekend. Saturday and Sunday, sunny skies both days, 78 Saturday and 75 the high on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grantstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Public notice. With summer ending, there's never a better time than now to get your new or used RV at Click It RV. New RVs for $199 over invoice. And used RVs priced below Blue Book. Top brands like Grand Design, Winnebago, Rockwood, and more. Priced at deals you'll never see again. No payments until 2025 and low first time ever interest rates for the summer end liquidation sale. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal.
I'm Richard Sherman and we guarantee it.
Trades welcome. Don't miss this liquidation event going on now at a Click It RV store near you. Click It RV.
Well, a happy Monday. First of all, thanks to Dan and Grant for filling in for me while I was on vacation last week. The Mariners wrapped up the season on a winning note Sunday, hanging on to beat Oakland 6-4 at T-Mobile Park. Logan Gilbert had a perfect game through 5 2/3 innings to earn the victory, while Cal Raleigh homered for the 33rd time this season, giving him 93 for his career, surpassing Mike Piazza for most home runs by a catcher in the first 4 years of his career. Cal, we're pretty proud to catch Logan one more time this season.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time, and great relationship, like you said, on and off the field, and just proud of him, and to lead the whole league in innings, and to do what he did today was awesome.
And you lead the league in most innings caught. Why is that something that you are proud of?
Yeah, I'm just proud of it because, I want to be able to show up for my teammates and my fans each and every night. And I think it says a lot about you. And, I think it's just to try to help the team win.
I suspect your availability is something you prize more than the offensive numbers, but we cannot overlook those 34 home runs, 100 RBI. Did those numbers meet or exceed your goals?
They didn't really have individual goals. Just try to get as many wins as possible, help this team out, and whatever it really took, just have team at bats is what I was trying to do.
Gilbert says he and Cal have a special relationship, and he can't wait to see what the Mariners do next season.
We say it all the time, but shout out to Cal. We wouldn't be able to do what we did without him, and him setting the record today was really cool.
Despite the disappointment as a team, you'd like to still be playing baseball. You get a great deal of support from this fan base. Can you just talk about Mariners Nation?
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to next year. We're all very disappointed, obviously, with how things went, but we know there's so much more in the tank. We feel the energy, all the fans bring it every year. We know we owe them a lot more than what we did this year, so we're going to bring it next year.
Mariners were 23-13 under Dan Wilson as manager, just missing the playoffs by a game. Wilson says they've started something good, and he hopes they continue.
These guys have grinded, no doubt about it. They have been, from beginning to end, they have a lot of fight in them, and a chance now to put this one behind them, put this year behind them, get a little rest, and you start to think about what's ahead, and spring training is going to be here before we know it. But I think everybody is, this was a really nice way today to cap it off.
Seattle finishes the season 85-77, 3.5 games behind Houston in the American League West. Texas, last year's world champions, finished 6 games under 500 and third in the division. Teams are now set for the playoffs in the American League. The Yankees had the best record with Cleveland second as a division winner. Houston is the 3 seed and hosts Detroit tomorrow at 11:32 a.m. on ABC. Baltimore's the number 4 seed and hosts Kansas City at 1:08 in the afternoon on ESPN2. Well, everyone but the Seahawks played Sunday in the NFC West. The Rams dropped to 1-3 with a 24-18 loss to the Bears. Arizona was pummeled by the Commanders 42-14. Niners bounced back with a 30-13 win over New England to improve to 2-2. Seahawks play on Monday Night Football in Detroit tonight, but will be without 4 starters on defense, including Uchenna Nwosu, Boye Mafe, Leonard Williams, and Byron Murphy. Coach Mike McDonald says it's time for others to step up.
Well, I wouldn't say it's any different than when people are we've got 4 guys that are down. That's 4 more guys are going to be up. Looking forward to seeing those guys play. When you talk about having depth in your football team, you want the feeling to be like, okay, I can't wait to see, whoever's going to get that opportunity now. So that's our view, is that guys are going to have more opportunities than they've usually had, and looking forward to seeing what they do.
Seattle and Detroit are part of a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. That's on ABC TV. Well, the Huskies and Cougars are trying to bounce back from weekend losses in college football. Washington fell to Rutgers Friday night 21-18. The Cougars struggled defensively against Boise State, falling 45-24. Eastern Washington lost a barn burner to Montana 52-49. Central Washington shut out Western New Mexico 36-0. Wenatchee Wild went 1-2 in Western Hockey League play over the weekend. First of all, on Friday, Spokane came to the Wolves' Den and came away with a 6-3 victory. Saab, Moore, and McCagery all tallied goals for Wenatchee. Wenatchee headed for Seattle Saturday and fell in overtime to the Thunderbirds 5-4. Fluker, Isogai, Bambrick, and Frazier all found the back of the net. Wenatchee wrapped up the weekend on a winning note, downing Prince George 4-2 yesterday, and Driesen, Isogai, Brown, and Judry lit the lamp for, while Daniel Hauser stopped 34-36 shots. The Wild will host Victoria coming up Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Wenatchee Valley Super Oval hosted the Support Class Nationals over the weekend. Brad Arneson won the Plum Perfect Roadrunner main event. The Alfredo driver was followed by Wenatchee's Jared Ingram and Monitor's Mike Sims. Yelm's Jace Ellis won the Knutson General Contracting Bandolero main event. Matthew Anders was second, followed by Leilani Langston in third. The Angel Bail Bond Legends main event went to Snohomish's Kyle Lang. Deer Park's Cole Dazenbrock was second, followed by Tumwater's Brandon Cole. In the midget class, Dwayne Swanson grabbed the checkered flag. That's the Northwest Focus Midgets for you. Stanwood's Tyler West was second, followed by East Wenatchee's Mike Roberts. The B&T Towing Youth Roadrunners main event was won by Benton City's Caleb Keck. Wenatchee's Caleb Gill was second, and Hermiston's Clayton Hayes was third. The Crown Vic classification, Cashmere's Jamie Nienhuis was the winner in the Apple Valley Plumbing Crown Vics. East Wenatchee's Robert Arbuckle was next, followed by Goldendale's Todd Nunn. Well, Eastmont won another squeaker in Big 9 football on Friday here on the NCWLIFE channel. The Wildcats blocked an extra point in the closing seconds to hold off and beat Sunnyside 28-27. Moses Lake defended its home field with a 46-25 victory over Wenatchee. West Valley edged Davis 47-42, while Ike was shut out by Lake City 14-zip. CWAC play Friday night to East Valley beat Ephrata 40-7. Othello got by Sela 10-3. Prosser beat Grandview 29-13. Top of the Shed, Ellensburg 7-3. Quincy beat Tawapado 24-12. Cashmere improved to 4-0 with a 45-0 shutout of Walook Saturday. That was on Thursday night, by the way. Royal also improved to 4-0 with a 49-21 win over Zilla. Kai B beat Natchez Valley. Connell down College Place. Liberty Bell beat Chelan Friday 34-6. Cascade got by Manson. Clarkston topped Omak 54-33. Central Washington 2B football Friday. Okanagan trounced Riverview 61-0. Oroville beat Bridgeport 70-22. Brewster topped Tonasket 40-6. Lake Roosevelt fell to PL. Wallapa Valley Saturday 34-28. For the 1Bs, Soap Lake fell to Welpinett on Thursday. On Friday, Oroville beat Bridgeport. Waterville Mansfield Pepper Pateras. Aniat took care of Moses Lake Christians. That was on Saturday 62-36. Had a few prep volleyball matches on Saturday across the region. It was Ellensburg edging Burlington Edison in a battle of two state powerhouses. 3-2 the final there. Aniat swept Bridgeport. Curlew blanked Oroville. Soap Lake got by Republic 3-1. Prep girls soccer Saturday. Wenatchee edged Ike 2-1. Eastmont fell to West Valley 4-2. Ellensburg got by Quincy. Othello topped Ephrata. Cascade got by Tonasket. Mount Vernon Christian blanked Okanagan. Lake Roosevelt doubled up Warden. Manson stopped Oroville. Pateras beat Bridgeport, and Brewster blanked Highland 1-0. NCWLIFE channel will broadcast Wenatchee and Eastmont girls soccer tomorrow night at Leibofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Weiss and the band back together with pregame at 6:50 right here. The busy week continues Friday as NCWLIFE will be in the 1A football clash between the 4-0 Cashmere Bulldogs and the 4-0 Royal Knights. That'll be at Bulldog Stadium. Join yours truly and Grant Olson for the play pregame at 6:30 on Friday night. Then on Saturday, it's the 18th annual Bridge of Sportsmanship game between Eastmont and Wenatchee at Leibofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Overall, it's the 57th meeting between the two schools. As the Panthers host the Wildcats, I'll have the call with Paul Collard. Pregame at 5:30, special kickoff time at 6 o'clock. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.